That's not second. It's not even third. You want to stop first with your hands. He comes in, first thing is stop with the hands and circle away. So I'm putting my palms, I change levels, putting my palms on the shoulder and inside the neck. He comes in right there. See it one more time from here. You go here, right. There it is. That's where we're trying to stop him. And then I'm using structure to have him push me away. So what I'm not doing is this. He comes in, I don't go like this because he's going to drive me away. I'm going to come in, change the structure, and then circle out. Because all that force coming in, if you just try to oppose it, they're going to run you down. So you have to put a block up there and move yourself. That's what jiu-jitsu is all about, is keeping the person where he is on the ground or standing and then moving yourself into a good position. So that's the first one, using your hands. Now notice when I do that, I don't totally straight arm, because if he just changes the levels a little bit, he's in underneath my arms. So when we do this, I'm going to keep a little bend in the elbows so that if he does get underneath, I still have my forearms to stop him with. So that's the second line of defense. First line of defense, hands. Second line of defense, forearms. So same thing, he comes in, right? It's too late. I'm going to put those forearms in there, and again, I am circling, because when he shoots in, he's going to be very linear. Now, he might try to turn the corner and come back, but as he turns the corner, when I come here, I'm going to be circling already and anticipating that. So very important working those forearms as well. Next one is sometimes you might get in here, and it's more getting closer clinch-wise. My defense is going to be my head. Right? If he gets past my hands, right, and he changes levels, I'm going to use my head there. You change over here, right? I'm like this. He gets past my hand. I need my head to keep him away. All right. Let's do it from right here one time. So you can see, so my head's here, and he goes in, boom, head in place. Okay. And there are other places. Now, street self-defense. We go slow motion. We can also possibly go boom, and that's your defense, is just the old headbutt right there. But tough to practice. You can put the helmets on, but it's kind of hard on the neck. All right, well, the last line of defense is the sprawl when you use your hips, because that means he got past my hands, got past my forearms, got past my head, and now he's pretty deep, right? So when you're doing the sprawl, something I learned actually at Team Quest with Randy Couture, Matt Lindland, all those good guys. Chael is up there. Chael did a series with BJJ Fanatics. Is you don't just try to push your hips down. So when he comes in, you go and he comes in and you have to sprawl, right? You don't just kind of drop your hips there. You're trying to smash his face into the ground. Okay? This is what we learned. Smash the face into the ground. That's the intent of the sprawl. It's not sort of passive, you're actually hitting him. The other thing is, when he comes in, as I'm doing this, I often is going to try to bump. Okay? He wants to penetrate. Basic wrestling, change levels, penetration. He wants to penetrate through to get the takedown. To counter that penetration, when he comes in, right, if I can go here and bump, now I can go back and use my hands. So one more time. When he comes back, slow motion, I bump first. Even when he starts to grab you, sometimes you're starting to sprawl, can't get your legs out, you bump a little bit, and then you can come in with a cross face and underhook and such. So that's very brief. It's very brief. Just one last thing on, if he comes in on the shot here, and he comes in, if I'm sprawling, I want to really get those feet back, and if he continues to drive in on me, I let it go. I don't set my feet. If I set my feet right here, if I set, he's going to drive in, and I'm going to get lifted up and taken down. So I want to make sure, my hands are in a terrible position. I would prefer to cross face or get an underhook, but probably cross face right here. But if it's just my hips are left, I just want to make sure I turn my hip down, I drive into him and try to push him down to the mat, and then we're right back to all those nice chokes we were looking at earlier. So that's a little basic takedown defense. Here we have a young punk who's trying to get to a takedown, and the older gentleman has a sprawl.
hips low, feet back, letting his feet slide so he doesn't get stood up. And he's just holding on and asking for help and telling him to stop, but guy can't take him down, doesn't know what to do until his buddy comes over and actually pulls the older guy off. Beautiful example of using the sprawl to keep the guy from taking you down. And of course the punks have to act like they're tough before they...
Standing up from the bottom, if you end up on your back, I highly suggest that you stand up right away in a street self-defense situation because the person might have a weapon. You know, that weapon really makes such a huge difference. You might be good on your back, and it's very important to be good on your back because it helps you stand up. Also, there are situations where you wouldn't want to stand up, which we'll get to later. So if you're on your back, we're going to look at standing up. And again, this methodology I'm showing you right here, the first part came from Team Quest, where you have these elite wrestlers, Randy Couture and Matt Lindland and Dan Henderson. I mean, these guys are unbelievable wrestlers. They're training for MMA, and one thing they do not want to do is end up on their back. So they would practice all the time standing up from the back. And especially I learned a lot of this from Nate Quarry, who was a UFC fighter.